Bitcoin price is currently trading just under $61,500 and the time for bulls to step up is right now. So in today's show, we're going to assess when is the maximum point of opportunity to enter into the altcoin market, at least for this part of the cycle if you haven't already established positions. And we're also going to have a look at what the likely narratives are going to be in the weeks and months to come, especially leading up to the election phase. So stay tuned till the end of the show, smash the like button, hit the bell notification and subscribe to the channel, and then let's get straight into it. You can see over here on Banter Bubbles, of course, the chop continues. That might be the other big question that many of you have. How much longer will this chop continue? We attempt to address that on today's show as well. You can see the daily holding up some of the gains, weekly still green, monthly mostly red. So a lot of work to still be done. We are going through that corrective phase, which is common within the bull markets, and there is still a lot of fear, right? As you reach the extremity of those corrections, people start to double question themselves and wonder what could be coming next. If you look at Renko charts over here on the daily time frame, which really removes a lot of the noise, it's told us when a local top was going to be set. It also shows the coins that have relative strength. It's really as simple as when it's green, you're in. When it's red, you're correcting, and you should probably be out waiting for better opportunity to get into the market. So as you can see, all of the coins over here, I've chosen some of the stronger coins that are typically at least crowd favorites within the market. We have Bitcoin, we have Ethereum, we have Solana, we have Casper, we have Injective on the bottom right, and then we have Render. And you can see Render's actually one of the only coins that actually is showing relative strength, already starting to push up, and its Renko chart has turned green. Now, this might be a bit of a leading indicator in terms of what the other strong coins may do next, the likes of Solana, Casper, and Injective. So stay tuned till the end. We're going to have a look at a whole bunch of different altcoins, and we're also going to look at where we are within at least the altcoin sector for this part of the market cycle. Of course, altcoins were a lot lower a year ago, 2 years ago, but we did address that on today's show. This is for more the newer people that are coming in and don't yet have any established position. So actually vote in the poll section below. Let me know. I would love to know your thoughts in terms of your longer term crypto portfolio. Where does it stand? Are you up? Are you down? Or do you not have a longer term portfolio because you don't hodl? Please vote in the poll below. Also, again, smash the like button. And then let's get into this tweet over here from 𝗘𝗑𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗔𝗡. And this is typically the psychological phases that people go through and the questions that they ask, right? So they start assuming that the dips won't happen, right? Then they progress. They start to believe, okay, there is a dip that's happening. Then they start to fear that dip. And then they start to believe that ultimately it might be a major cycle top and the rally is in fact over. That process unfolds because the longer the correction sustained for, as he says over here, the more nervousness you begin to feel and the more your analysis becomes focused on what if this time is different and what if it is in fact over. He says, but the reality is there's really nothing out of the ordinary for this particular bull run. And you can see over here, if you look at the chart, this is what the corrections look like all the way back in 2017 and how long they lasted. And then you expanded straight towards the upside. Now we have the last one as well, which was in 2021. And then now we're in this longer sustained correction and people are starting to get a little bit nervous. So how long do these corrections last and which correction are we in within the cycle? Well, I labeled them all out over here. So you can see in terms of this cycle, taking from the exact low and saying that was the bear market bottom. And in essence, that's when the cycle began. Then this is what we've seen, right? Price moved up and then it corrected for 22.74%. That correction lasted for 22 days. The next correction, price-wise, was very, very similar with 20.3% correction, but it lasted twice as long, right? 63 days. So that's one of the higher end corrections in terms of timing. The next one over here, we had an immediate quick pump towards the top side and then consolidated once again. That lasted for 60 days. And would you look at that, 22.26%. Fast forward a little bit further, going into the fourth correction of this cycle. This one reached the usual price drawdown of negative 22%, so 21.88%. But this one happened very, very quickly in a matter of 12 days. We then rallied up, quickly, and as you can see, now we've played out the usual 23.61% drawdown in terms of percentage, and timing wise we're on the further end of the spectrum, this being 48 bars, right? So 48 days correction. Now, where would this place us if we were to play out one of the longer corrections closer towards the 60 mark, right? Let's just quickly see if we view that and we continue to maintain the same drawdown target and we look to about 60 bars. Well, that would be pretty much next week, Monday. So this coming Monday will be timing-wise right around those targets. What happens if we went for, let's say, 70 days? Well, that would be about the 23rd of May. The point being over here is we know the saying, sell in May and go away, right? But in actual fact, you should be staying in May and looking for the maximum opportunity to find your entries in the longer term positions because this is a normal correction within the bull market. The only thing that I would say concerns me is if this is going to be a right translated cycle. What does that mean? Well, right translated cycle would mean that the bull market continues for a much longer period of time, probably leading into 2025, end of 2024, maybe sometime in 2025, we find a local top. The only issue that I have is that typically within the bull markets, you usually have 7 corrections. And as you can see, we're already on correction number 5, and then you usually lead into the blow off top. So if it is going to be a right translated cycle, which means a longer bull market, then we're going to need to see even longer drawdowns, right? We're going to need to see, longer corrections that last in excess of the 60 days, probably somewhere around the 90 to potentially even 180 days, 3 to 6 month corrections. And ultimately, then you can look at prices moving up. Okay, so I see that people are asking about the moon phases. So I'll actually bring that up because I thought this is noteworthy. If you look at how the moon phases have played out during the course of this year within these corrections, it's been very, very accurate, right? If you look over there, bull market top, that was your correction, right? Here you have bull market top. The consolidation continues all the way down. Bull market top, moon cycle top. Correction continues on. Let's look at the next one over here. Exact moon cycle top comes towards the downside. And then we have this one over here. This one obviously spiked a little bit higher. But again, we've recently just printed another one. So it's very important that bulls hold up price action over here and defend price action at these key levels and don't break below this zone. If you break below this zone, things could get ugly very quickly. But at the end of the day, so long as you're defending this wick over here, there is an opportunity for the bull run to still continue because I know people are starting to question their bias at the moment. If you look over here at 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗡, who wrote this, he said, high time frame level cheat sheet on the way up. We crossed many of these high time frame levels like it's nothing. Since then, we've not come down yet and retested these levels. And we can see how the 65 and 69K level remains important. So I've said multiple times before, when we convincingly break above 69K and defend that level, that's going to be a major springboard and confirmation zone, a huge psychological zone where price is probably going to rapidly appreciate and move higher and higher over time. So currently we have a strong wick. We have a hammer candle on the weekly time frame that came into the 0.786 retracement level at $57,000. So that checks off this zone over here, which he's labeled as level 3. Level 2, yes, it's possible you could still get another wick down into that level at $52,000. And then you have level 1, which would be where your biggest buys are probably going to be situated at about $48,000. Anything below those levels and the bull market is being threatened, right? There's a possibility that the high time frame trends are going to start to shift towards the downside and it becomes a very dangerous environment to be holding longs if you can't hold above those levels. So currently, also what I've noticed within this bull market is the corrections have been much shorter than the prior ones, right? In the sense that if you look over here, our deeper drawdowns have been in the region of 23%. And in prior markets, we saw up to 40% drawdowns. But this cycle, we already now 4 corrections in, and we haven't seen anything beyond 30%, which is pretty significant, right? It's showing relative strength within the market. What does that mean? That means that currently this is an opportunity to start to prepare to buy the dip on your favorite altcoins, those things that when they were pumping just a couple of weeks ago and you wish that you had your entries, you would be looking to get your entries into those coins very soon. So the Bybit account has been loaded up. We're prepping and getting ready to allocate into those positions on leverage to build low leverage long positions that we can hold for the next couple of weeks to months. And this is where we get those 10, 20, 30,000% gains. I think on WIF we went up to as high as a 43,000% gain. You guys remember that when you were watching the show. Also, just a brief mention, you have 22 days left to use the link in the description below to sign up so you can qualify for the next Gummy airdrop, right? So let's just quickly go to where that is. Here you go. They're offering a $100 airdrop. This is as per Bybit. So you deposit $100, you trade $500 in volume, which is very easy. That's $100 on 5x leverage, open, close the trade. You just did $500 in volume, and you will, it's not a maybe, it's not like a lottery. You will literally get airdropped $100, right? So we're giving away 1.5% of the Gummy supply. So use the link in the description below. It is there for your benefit. Okay, if we have a look at the logarithmic regression rainbow chart, you can see ultimately we're still oscillating within that band 2, band 3 region. So I'm going to adjust some of these bands. As an asset class starts to, mature over time, you can't expect that you're going to reach those top bands. For example, if we were in the top band, the red band right now, that would give a Bitcoin price of almost $16 million. So this will obviously start to roll over as an asset class begins to mature. You can see the first cycle we hit the red. The second cycle we only made it into the yellow zone. The third cycle we only made it over here into the green band. And then the next cycle over here, the peaks were between the blue and the green. So what that means is we can probably turn off some of these upper limits and see, more or less where we could be within the next cycle, within the cycle peak. So let's turn a couple of those off. So we're probably going to reach somewhere between the blue and the green, right? Because every cycle you remove a couple of these upper bands. Currently, we're still in the lower half, which suggests that there is still a lot more upside that's potential. Now, let's just assume timing-wise, we're looking towards the end of the year and we hit the blue band. Where would we be more or less? Where could this potential top be if it were to come in December? Well, that gives you a Bitcoin price with your dark blue band coming in at 134,000, your light blue band at 236,000, and your mega optimistic band would be coming in at $400,000 price of Bitcoin. So there it is. Those are the levels. Ultimately, what does this mean? This means that if Bitcoin is closer to 50,000 than it is to 100,000, it's more of a buy the dip opportunity than a time within the market where you want to start to exit all of those positions. Also, if you look at the Bitcoin market cap, the different Bitcoin cycles in terms of return on investment from the actual cycle low, you can see where we're currently at, right? So the blue one over here, I'm going to remove it. That one is, we're not going to reach those types of peaks, right? We're not going to move at this trajectory because the asset class is increasing in size drastically, which means that you have to put on enormous amounts of market cap, probably trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars in order to get this type of move. So that one's removed. 2017 is also removed, or excuse me, that's not 2017. This one was the 2013 run. That one's removed. We're probably more closely going to track along these ones, right? Which is going to be the 2017 one is this one over here. And then we have the 2021 bull run, which is the green one. And we're currently following the pink trajectory. So what does that mean? Where are we? Well, if we zoom in around the halving cycle, this is typical of what you see. Chop. The chop continues, right? It takes a little bit of time for that chop to be digested, longer corrections, exactly what I was speaking about. In order to follow the timing trajectory and follow the same return on investment trajectory like you see over here, we need a right translated cycle. We need this bull run to continue for a much longer period of time, which means there will be boring times in the market, which is similar to what we're seeing right now, prolonged periods of chop, prolonged periods of consolidation. At the end of the day, all that you need to know is that everything is following exactly according to plan. despite popular belief, despite the fearful headlines that you might see within the markets. We have obviously the Biden administration against crypto. You're starting to see things like that come out right now out of the woodworks. This is not the time to be shaken out of your longer term positions, and we'll revert back to the poll, right? So let's see, is your longer term crypto portfolio up, down, or not there because you don't hold? 6% of you don't hold any crypto, you're more trader. That's fine, fair and well. I know plenty of people that follow that approach. You have 40% of you which are down, probably some of the latecomers. My at least wisdom to you guys would be, lucky you that it's not the end of the cycle. It's very, of course, it could be. There's no absolutes in trading or investing, but the probability suggests that it's very unlikely that it's the end of the cycle. So this 40% of you which are down will probably turn back up. And I assume that the other 53% of you said that your crypto portfolios are up. You've probably been here since the beginning, since we were calling for the lows around $17,000, and consequently you way up. You're in a power position and you can look to allocate more on the major dips. Now, high volatility events that are going to be coming up, there's a lot of them happening next week. This week, as of today, we have the unemployment claims, which is coming out later today. That's going to be 2:30 p.m., which is my time. I think for the rest of the US, that will be probably 2:30. So that's going to be probably early in the morning for you. Okay, if you zoom out and you look towards Tuesday, Wednesday, you're going to have PPI data coming out. Now, this is high impact, high volatility data. Expect that this might give one more flush in the market, especially if it comes out as a negative news event. So put that on your Forex calendar. Make sure that you're paying attention. But broader spectrum, where are we at? Fundstrat Tom Lee, which is a very good investor, suggests that by the May fear, as price retests, bears become confident. You're starting to see them come out of the woodworks and inflation rolls over again. The Fed confirms the dovishness, right? So we'll wait to see when the Fed speak again. But ultimately, looking at May as a major opportunity to get long on the markets, and you've seen it within the stock markets, right? The reclaim of this key level. We said one of two things could have happened, right? We could have rolled over and come down to the lower levels to test that 200-day moving average, or we could print a higher low. As you can see, the higher low was printed. At the end of the day, the stock markets have reclaimed their range levels, which is pretty significant. So long as we can remain above those levels, it looks good for continuation higher, which brings health for the risk asset classes, right? So you also have the potential for a very quick short squeeze within the market. Currently, you have more short liquidations than long liquidations, meaning price goes up, you're going to squeeze out the shorts, which means they have to close their positions and market buy back, and that creates a little upward thrust in price action. 262 short liquidations versus 44 long liquidations. So the most of the market are starting to flip short here, right at the bottom of those range lows, right at the key levels. We've marked out this zone over here as a major area of interest, and currently, as it stands, we are exactly 2.43% away from Bitcoin hitting that level. Just to give you the price level again, that's going to be just rounded up, call it $60,000, maybe a wick a little bit below $60,000. That's going to be significant. Closing candles below that start to warrant a little bit of panic and fear within the market, and that's valid, right? Because then you're starting to deviate your major high time frame range. As it currently stands, you can see we're moving down on low volume, which is a good thing for correction, right? This is a corrective phase within the market, and you're expecting support to do its job, which is hold price up as support and bounce price from those levels in the presence of that short squeeze, right? So let's see how the bulls step up within those key levels. Here's your liquidity zones. Of course, marking out the range levels absolutely perfectly. Just below $60,000 is your range low, and then $74,000 is going to be that range high, which is wrought with liquidity over there. So we are holding the previous month's low, which is a significant zone to defend. Confirmation of the bullish move will be had above the previous week's high, which currently comes in at $64,000. That is the level to clear, and that should turn up those stochastic RSIs on not just Bitcoin, but many of the different altcoins as well. If you look over here at the super guppy, it is going through the corrective phase, right? So it is giving a no trade signal over here. Trade signal would be when it starts to flip from gray to green, and then you hold into the full bullish trend. And of course, exit the market when it is red, right? That's when it's a risk-off environment, when it is red. As it currently stands, it's gray. If bulls can get prices above those higher levels once again, it will remain gray for a little bit longer, and then the super guppy can start to flip green, and hopefully we follow this bullish trajectory. If not, remember, the lowest support levels are going to be coming in at $50,000. So that is a significant zone. All right. Before we get into the altcoin sector, I'll wrap up over here with Bitcoin, then we'll get into the altcoin sector. We'll look at the coins that are showing relative strength, and we'll look at the time that's the best opportunity to get into the market as per the sine waves on the altcoin sector, right? If you look at sine waves on the altcoin sector, you can see the ebbs and flows of the market. So smash the like button, guys. It really helps to get the show content out there. Let's see if we can get it to 1,000 likes during the live show. And then let's continue. Let's finish off over here. Try and make it quick. At the end of the day, we're coming into the range low. What bulls want to see over here is very important to get a little bit of a W formation. Maybe you're going to sweep this level one more time, as mentioned, just below $60,000. We want to see the higher low over there. We want to see the impulsive move up in the form of a short squeeze with price recapturing all of these key different levels, your pivot level, your EMA 200 on the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frame, and then defend that level and break above the mid-range, and then we can target the top side, right? So that is ultimately the plan of action. That's what we're looking at over there. If you do gain acceptance below this level, it's going to start to look very bad. You're going to threaten those lows, and without a doubt, you're going to be going down into $50,000, right? So you let me know in the comments, what do you think happens next? Right now, it's about a 50-50 scenario. Low time frame risk is definitely towards the downside, and you're better off waiting for that to shift back up in the form of higher highs and higher lows. But at the end of the day, you're coming into a very key level of support right now, and the high time frame suggests that this level should hold. So interesting time indeed for the markets. You have your 4 hour stochastic RSI also attempting to turn back up. So hopefully that pumps up in the presence of a little bit of a short squeeze and gets prices rallying higher. If not, we will be buying the dip lower. Now, what will we be buying the dip on? There's a select few coins that have been outperforming in the market, especially when measured against Bitcoin. And this is what you can look at in terms of some of the main narrative coins, right? Sol BTC once again reigns supreme at the top of the list over here, trending well above all those other coins with higher highs and high lows and outperforming the majority of the market. It is still within its uptrend, and it is still above all the key levels, but it's getting dangerously close to breaking those down. And I'd imagine if Bitcoin does roll over to 50K, you are going to see the altcoin suffer one more time. But we covered that already over a week ago, where I told you expect a 30% drawdown on average for the majority of altcoins. Some of them could have gone down even as high as 50%. As it currently stands, we've already played out the majority of that move, with most of those coins selling off around 25% right now, which means that the plan came into fruition, and it's now time to start to look to trade it in the opposite direction. Whilst the masses are only catching on right now that their coins are going down, and they're going to probably sell them at the bottom. So the altcoin hype cycle tends to hold very, very true. It's where you use sine waves over a high time frame on the altcoin market cap to predict where are the periods of maximum opportunity and where are the periods where you should be looking to take risk off the table. Now, the market bottomed almost absolutely perfectly within that February-March period at the bottom over here. And then we pumped into the halving cycle over there, which was in April. And of course, that marked the top. Altcoins then went down 30% on average. And now we're coming into the point of maximum opportunity once again, where you're looking for a bit of a rounded bottom coming into May. And then again, you're going to rally into June, July. And in July, you probably want to look to take some risk off the table once again. So save this chart for your own purposes and your own studies. Have a look at this and use it in unison with key levels, right? What are the key levels? Mostly strong horizontal levels on the chart. If the strong horizontal levels line up and price is showing higher highs and higher lows, then that's an opportunity to remain long. As soon as you start to break those trends down, then you know that maximum opportunity is reaching its end, and now you want to be risk off and you're looking for prices to come down. So we're looking for prices to rally into the end of Q2, potentially the beginning of Q3, probably a little bit of profit taking again. And then usually it's Q4, the end of Q3, end of Q4 is where you get the biggest gains on those altcoins. So as mentioned, the Bybit account is loaded on both spot and perpetuals. We're getting ready. There's no trades currently open over here. I will update you when I take the first leverage trade. Make sure you put the bell notification on for the show so you know every time I go live. Speaking of which, next week I'm going to be moving my time significantly back. Currently, I go live at 9:30 a.m. SAST time. Next week, it's going to be 8:45 SAST time, so 8:45 SAST time. Please make a mental note of that. I'll remind you again tomorrow. All right, again, guys, 22 days left to get your share of 15 million Gummy tokens. Use the link in the description below. This is courtesy of Bybit, who bought up some of the $1.5 million worth of Gummy, and they're going to be airdropping you $100 worth, right? All you have to do is deposit $100, use the link to sign up. So it's a two-step process. Use the link to sign up. Once you sign up, click the Gummy link below. So let's just quickly double check all of this. Okay, it's that one. Then you're going to click this register for the Gummy airdrop. Once you've signed up and deposited the $100, it will take you through to this page. And then you want to click register. Once you've registered, that's when you're going to take your $500 worth of trades, right? Your $500 worth of volume. Very simple. $100, you can open and close a trade 5 times. That's $500. Or you can open up a 5x long trade or short trade, leverage trade, and you can trade in and out of the trade once. That will create $500 worth of value, of volume, and therefore they're going to airdrop you $100 worth of these Gummy tokens. Well, like honestly, one of the easiest ways in the world to make $100. So use it, don't use it, it's up to you. All right, total 3. Obviously, we expect some sort of a bottoming formation over here. We want to see bulls defend this level and want to see a bit of a rounded bottom if it is going to be in alignment with this, of course, May bottoming process for the altcoin sector. So that's what we're looking at. Now, narratives that could pump the market, right? I'm looking towards some of these Trump NFTs as well as the Trump meme coins. And the reason why is, of course, this, right? This is something that we spoke about literally, I think, 2 years ago. Was when I first told you buy the Trump cards because it's going to line up perfectly with the election phase of the cycle. It's going to line up perfectly as well with the hype cycle phase of the crypto cycle, where we're going to start to reach a major top. That was the first set of Trump NFT cards. There was a second set. I told you those are an opportunity as well. And then there was the third set, which I went big into. Those are not available on the open market yet. They'll only be released during the presidential campaign, which is going to be coming out later on this year. And that is the presidential Trump NFT collection. So if you look over here, Ryan Salker says if Biden or the Biden administration is reelected, this is what they're going to hit. They've said it. It's open, right? I'm not picking sides over here in politics. I don't know much about US politics. I'm just stating the facts. Stablecoins by requiring, they're going to hit stablecoins by requiring bank licenses for the issuers. So stablecoins are going to be knocked. The whole crypto industry will be smacked hard. Stablecoins are one of the biggest use cases within crypto, actually. So far, it's arguably one of the only use cases for alternative cryptos, right? Altcoins other than Bitcoin. All tokens for being unregistered securities will be smacked. All DeFi for unlicensed money transmissions. We've seen what they did to Uniswap. Bitcoin mining and the layers on top of the Bitcoin network are going to get smacked. And then self-hosted wallets, which means your DeFi wallets, your self-custody, your MetaMask, your ledgers to collect crypto unrealized gains. Crazy stuff, scary stuff, very, very scary stuff. You can imagine what this will do to the market. And Trump came out. Obviously, this is also mining votes for his side, seeing the crypto sector as an industry that he can promote, because a couple of years ago he was against crypto, but I guess now he has put his money where his mouth is in the sense of creating NFTs, Trump collectible NFTs it's actually on Polygon that he created those on. So he's obviously bullish-matic. But nevertheless, over here, he has a video. I'm not going to play the video, but he says if you're in favor of crypto, you better vote Trump. And of course, you have Suzu over here saying that the markets are efficient. Of course, being sarcastic, because the markets are inefficient, because as soon as he said that, you got MAGA, which is the meme coin for Trump, rallying pretty aggressively with a massive candle over there. It had been caught within a range. That was the range low that it hit, pumped up towards mid-range over here. I think these are some of the opportunities. I see Crypto Reaper says, Conan, Trump's dog. Yes, that's another opportunity. Is Conan is the hero dog, Trump's dog, right? The patriotic dog. So you can look at these types of things. We've covered at length the meme coin sector. I think I covered it specifically yesterday. If you want to go through to yesterday's video, look at that clip segment where I spoke about why the masses are betting on meme coins, right? Because the stock market is lackluster. It's not going to provide them with life-changing opportunity, and therefore they want to flip the coin. There's a whole segment on that in yesterday's show. All right, let's continue on over here. Van Eck just launched a meme coin index. Once again, showing you the validity of this meme coin sector. And now you even get things called meme coin experts. Crazy stuff. Rand was talking on the call about how he consulted a meme coin expert. Guys, you can't even make this stuff up. Imagine you told someone this 3 or 4 years ago. It's absolutely crazy. Play the hype, make money off the hype, but please, whatever you do, don't ever believe it. Don't believe the bullshit. Okay, you can play fun and games with it and understand it's a game of musical chairs. If you look at Watcher Guru just in, Donald Trump announces he is now accepting presidential campaign donations in the form of cryptocurrency. So he's really jumping onto this bandwagon, which means that this only came out yesterday, by the way, which means that I think it's still pretty early. Also, guys, please smash the like button. I'm a bit freaked out. The likes are 666. Let's get that up. Get it to 1,000. We don't want 666 likes over here. All right, let's continue. Bitcoin dominance. Of course, meme coin sector as well as all altcoins will drop hard or will pump hard when this drops towards the downside. Timing wise, what are we looking at? Because we are nearing the apex of this. Well, ultimately, probably some point latest towards the end of July is when you're going to start to see this rally, right? Let's move on. Okay, not much to comment on ETH BTC. It's all in the same place. Okay, we'll go into the altcoins. We'll take some altcoin requests. Let me just speed through the rest over here. 𝗗𝗘𝗙𝗙𝗧 back tested into the range high. I'm a massive holder of 𝗗𝗘𝗙, by the way. You guys know that I got you into the market over here, at least the whale room at $800,000 market cap. The rest of you were at about $1.5 million market cap when I mentioned it on the Monday show. That was our entry. So I am full disclosure, an enormous holder of this, but yet I'm still here to give you completely honest, unbiased feedback on the rest of the market. And this is my honest, unbiased feedback. As much as I want this to pump to the moon, it has deviated the top of the range high. It pumped into the top of that range high, back tested it as resistance, which means that now you're looking for a deeper pullback into the 0.06481 level, which is your mid-range. Failure to hold that or show any signs of strength into that level means more than likely, with a high probability, you are going to revisit all the way back down into the bottom of the range. Now, this will totally depend on what happens over the next 2 weeks with the downward pressure on the market. That could potentially mean another 50% drawdown on 𝗗𝗘𝗙. So this could halve in market cap. That is my honest opinion, right? That's my honest opinion, despite me being a massive holder. So let's get some of your altcoin requests. Also, while you start to drop those altcoin requests, I'll tally them up. Also, if you do want to get involved to get free money just by doing a few activities, Chappie Season 2 airdrop is officially here. How do you get involved? Well, number one, buy the Chappie's token. Number two, stake it at stake.chappies.com. The links are in the description below. And three, sign up and then use their app, right? So you'll go through to the app over here. You can either stake and earn, which is point number two, or you can chat and earn. So if you go through to chat and earn over there, it will take you through to their various different campaigns which they're running. We'll just wait for that to load up. It looks like the internet's slow. And you can come through to their various different campaigns and chat about the projects, right? Add value into their little chat sections, which are below. Here we go. There we go. There you go. Nubdog. You got Honey Telegram. You got mint a free chode. These are some of the different campaigns that they're running right now. So you got 3, 6, 7, 8 different campaigns right now. Look at that, very, very few members, which means higher opportunity, right? Because they split the airdrop based on what you do. So use the link in the description below, and then let's get into those altcoin requests. So first one that I see over there is Phantom. So let's go to Phantom. Haven't looked at Phantom for quite some time, and I am indeed curious how Phantom is doing. All right, let's go. Okay, so Phantom has not hit our perfect level yet. I would personally be patient. Of course, it is possible that this is printing in higher lows over here on the daily time frame, but you did have a massive sell-off towards the downside. The first one wicked into that area. I do still think it's possible that you're going to come down to about 58 cents, right? 58 cents over there. Let's go into some of the meme coins since those are very relevant right now. I see you guys are asking about WIF. So let's actually just go through most of the meme coins over here. Still a big level to get above over here for BONK. BONK is still one of the top performers for the year, but that's a huge level to get back above. This is in the middle of no man's land. I wouldn't touch it. Okay, if you look at 𝗗𝗘𝗢𝗢𝗓, also very sloppy. Failed to hold above the top side over here of the range. Let's just mark off the other levels. Let's see below. Okay, this is more mid-range level which needs to hold. We'll double check it in a moment. Let's just finish drawing that out. Okay, so there we go. I'll view that as a mid-range level. Let's see how closely it lines up. There you go, pretty much spot on. So that is mid-range. That's a key level that needs to hold. Dogecoin, also sloppy. I'm just going to tell you the ones that are not sloppy then. We'll just go through the list over here. Okay, FOXY, not really sloppy because it is coming into the bottom of the range over here. This is ultimately the level that's been defended every time it's pumped up to new heights. FOXY, of course, is the meme coin for Linear, which is its own chain. And the only way to get exposure into Linear is to buy FOXY, right? You can't buy a Linear token yet. They don't have one. GROK. Okay, also in the middle of nowhere, I wouldn't touch that one. MAGA, I think this is an opportunity if you see a deeper dip based on the longer term theory, right? You need to think longer term. Think longer term when new market participants start to join. Right now, you can see the views are way lower than usual. We have 3,000 live viewers in a show, give or take. My prediction would be that near the peak of the market cycle, there's going to be between 8,000 and 12,000 viewers on a big day. So imagine when those market participants come and there's hype around the elections and it lines up. These are your opportune coins, right? You can also buy BODEN. BODEN is also one, right? We don't discriminate. We're not left. We're not right. We buy both of them and let the market decide which one's going to be the winner. MYRO. Okay, MYRO coming into a pretty key level. I'd love to see a little bit of a deeper sweep into that zone. That will look really good in terms of macro high lows coming into play. Also lining up with a beautiful horizontal level of resistance or support at least. So price level wise, that would be 1255, 0.1255. I see you guys are asking about Casper. I'll get to that as well in a moment. I know that they had some big move over to Rust. I think that might be one reason why Casper pumped. Okay, PEPE kind of in the middle of nowhere, so not going to mention that one. WELSH. Okay, WELSH hasn't performed too well since it lost this level. That's acting as resistance. I'd honestly wait for a bottoming formation to form. I wouldn't be buying it here. Wait for signs of a bottom. This is, of course, WELSH, the dog on Bitcoin. Probably looking for something like that. And then the reclaim of the horizontal will look quite good. Will cats beat dogs? I don't know. Doesn't look like it right now. When is the cat on Solana? You need to see it defend this key level over here, holding that as support. What about WIF? How's WIF doing? Much better than when, right? So WIF still holding those higher lows, but it has got lower highs in play. I'd wait for a deeper extremity, right? So rather hit one of the extremes or reclaim that mid-range level before going long on WIF. WIF is also a leverage play bet on Solana. If you don't want to actually trade Solana on leverage, you can technically long WIF. If Solana goes up, WIF is probably going to go up a whole lot more. So let's go on to Casper. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Good
sir.
morning.
What's happening?
No, we're just looking. We're looking at what do you need? A foam roller? Are you coming to join me?
Foam roller, but I came to hang, bro. Like, wow.
Well, we're almost done.
Yeah, I came to hang, bro.
Do you know what happened with Casper? They had
no.
like some Rust. I think they moved to Rust.
Okay, I don't know anything about Casper. I haven't been following.
Didn't you say you wanted to get a big bag of Casper?
I do have a bag, but not a big bag.
Are you going to add, would you add more if it comes down to low levels?
Yeah, 5 cents, I'll add more.
Okay, wow, 5 cents. That's pretty, okay, it's a key level.
$5. You remember you said that, you laughed at me, and then $5 you owed for
No, it's a key level. You're not in the shot here, look.
I'm not in the shot.
Okay, I actually want to see, based on your last thoughts on RUNE, what you think for RUNE now.
Buy like a motherfucker.
At these levels.
I don't need a chart to tell you to buy RUNE.
Okay, and what is the bias on RUNE? Why?
Because go look at the usage. Go look at the usage on the platform. More and more people are using the platform. So from a fundamental point of view, you just got to buy RUNE.
Sure.
I mean, the chart's not looking so happy, actually. I'll be honest.
Well, that's the thing. I was looking for a little bit of a deeper pullback here into the range low, which is like 370. That's a super key level, and it got close. Oh man, I lost that level.
Just pull up the stochastic on it quickly.
Okay, let me just go back. I just lost it.
Just put RUNE stochastic. I think the stochastic must be close to 0 on RUNE on the weekly.
Okay, let's go actually have the weekly over here. Let's just go to this one with all the stochastic.
Are you still rich, bro? Or have you lost some of the cash?
No, I don't lose money ever. I haven't lost anything.
So you're still rich?
I think so. It depends who's your.
RUNE's at $6.
It depends who's your litmus test.
Look at the stochastic. I mean, when you look at that stochastic on the weekly,
this looks good for a high low. I mean,
but also what I'm looking at is you've had the crossover. You see the beautiful crossover there, right?
Yeah.
So you had the crossover here. Now you've had the crossover here. I think it's time, bro.
I agree. It's a significant level.
If you look here, look what happened the last time the crossover happened. Can you see the crossover happened over here?
Yeah.
You see what happened?
Yeah. Well, we're looking for a broader market bounce within the next 2 weeks. We've also
I'm not looking at 2 weeks. Go back. I'm not looking at 2 weeks. I'm looking at this being a pivotal and fundamental.
Wait, I'm trying to get it.
Carl, you have to.
Okay, there we go.
You see, I'm looking at this being a fundamental turning point. You see, like you can always see whenever you get that beautiful crossover. Like, look here, you had that beautiful.
It is. It's significant. Yeah,
look,
significant.
Look where we got here. Like, this is significant. This is like, it's time. You know what I mean? It's
time. What would your like upper limit price targets be?
For when? For give me like a
the cycle. Oh, like before the
cycle, I would say $100.
$100.
$100.
Okay, so all in, basically just.
RUNE, one of my favorite players. I have top 10 conviction
points. Okay, Ton, RWeave, RUNE.
Ton, RUNE.
Solana. Render.
No, Near.
Okay.
Sui.
Okay.
Gummy.
Okay, of course. 𝗕𝗅𝗙𝗢𝗓, yes.
What are my other coins? Hold on.
Well, you named like 9 there.
Yeah, so that's the one. That's the coins.
Okay, and wait, one more question before you go.
Oh, based.ai.
Okay, we've been watching that one. That one. We have it. The Gummy airdrop.
21 days, people. Okay. 21 days. Now, what you got to do? Just sign up to Bybit using Carl's link below. Put $100 in your account. If you trade $500, then you automatically. It's not. Get this.
It's guaranteed. It's the easiest way to make money. That's what I say.
You want a free $100? I'll tell you how to get a free $100. Yeah. Put $100 into Bybit. Trade $500. You get $100 into your account. It's like.
And do they get $100 in USDT or in Gummy?
In USDT in the account.
Okay.
In cash.
Yeah.
Cash. USDT cash.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy.
I mean, it's like
and it's guaranteed. It's not
guaranteed.
It's not like there's a limit or a cap.
So sign up an account. So just go. So look here. I don't know how to use your computer.
It's there. It's on the far left.
So you go.
YouTube.
Okay, show me YouTube. Go to the YouTube.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, go to the thing below. Click there. Okay.
Click this one. I see you sign up first. Then
sign
you
up.
come through.
No, you don't even have to go there. It's so simple. All you do. Just go. Click here. Bang. Sign up the account, put $100 in, then just go trade $500 of Bitcoin, and you get $100. I mean, for God's sake. I mean, it's like, how dumb do you have to be not to get that $100? Anyway, I actually just came to get this because my back was sore, so I came to get.
Please don't hit me with that thing. That thing is, it's made out of PVC pipe. All right, guys, I think that's about it. I'll see you all on tomorrow's show. And until then, trade well.